What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe. We risk giving TMI.
To help you navigate DMI, dating, marriage, and intimacy, and OnlyFans. Honestly, you guys, sorry for the later start time than we had planned. Morgan and I were working out something. We were working on our communication, and that's all you're going to get for right now. But we're here. Happy to be here for today's highly controversial topic that I saw, Morgan, in the pre-live chat. We have already had one person say they were unsubscribing from our channel because of the... Well, it's not because of the video, because the video has not happened yet. It is because of the
Title.
The packaging of the video. Please don't unsubscribe, you guys. Or, I mean, if you want to unsubscribe, wait till you hear what we're actually doing. What we're actually doing.
No, man.
Great to see you guys here. All right. Should we do OnlyFans? Yes, it was a question, and here is the...
I got nothing.
Help me out here. The substance behind the question. Mm-hmm. Morgan, go. We're in Florida, right? Didn't it happen in Florida?
I have no idea, but I was on Zillow.
Okay.
And I was looking at homes because I like to do that, and I like to have no budget on the Zillow app because a girl likes to dream, you know?
Is that a smart move to go on Zillow with no budget?
Well, first of all, I was looking just for the heck of it. I like to see, in Kentucky, around where we live, what are the most insane houses around us for sale. And so I found a house that was I don't even know how much it was, but I remember it was $28,000 a month for mortgage. And I showed Paul, and I was like, found our house. And I was obviously joking.
How much would that,
I don't know. It was
flat rate
$10 million.
Okay, so it's So at this point in our lives, it's slightly out of our price range.
Yeah, just a few dollars out of our price range.
Okay, so you saw this house. You saw that it was how much a month?
28,000, something like that.
And so your mind goes to where? Where did your mind go? This is where it starts getting ugly. This is where the unsubscribing starts. No, wait.
This is where my mind went. I can see why people do OnlyFans.
Oh, no. No.
Here's why my mind went there, because recently on Facebook, a video popped up in my feed, and it was this woman who was an OnlyFans model, and they were just interviewing her, and she was showing them around her house, and it was this ginormous mansion, and she was yeah, basically I wanted a mansion and I wanted fancy cars, and I figured I could do this if I became an OnlyFans model, so I did. Obviously, she didn't really have any morals.
Whoa. You're saying that people who do OnlyFans modeling don't have any morals. Babe, you are... So there's all kinds of stuff. There's firing on all cylinders right now, getting people mad at us and unsubscribing for you having that thought. And now you're saying they don't have any morals, when many would say OnlyFans work, sex work is real work. That is real work with real results, like you get to be in a mansion.
Yeah, it's got real results, that's for sure. So
the question remains. It would be nice to live in a mansion, as Morgan is saying. I personally have no desire to live in a mansion.
Honestly, I'd be content with a tiny cottage.
I have no desire to live in a mansion, but I want to give my baby the best of the world. She's still mad at me. She's still a bit mad at me. Hey. So the question remains, should we do OnlyFans? And real quick, there's going to be people that get on here and say, oh, but there's more stuff going on OnlyFans. It's not just provocative photos for paying creepos.
Only the people making the big bucks are only creepy photos.
Wait, what? I was saying, wait, what did you just say? Only the people making the big bucks are the creepy photos. Is that what you just said?
No. The people making the big bucks are doing the creepy photos.
Well, I was saying...
The ones that are not doing photos, or they're other things on OnlyFans, is They're probably not making any money.
Well, okay, I don't even know
That was my point.
what happened there. I was saying that there are people that are going to watch this video and say, on OnlyFans, you might have people, making, artwork or music, and they're getting supported that way. We are referring to what is at the core of OnlyFans,
what everyone knows OnlyFans to be,
which is the accounts that make
NFSW photos,
where the creator posts heavily provocative content a lot of times for paying fans. And I was saying that the paying fans are the creepos.
Right. Well, they're all creeps.
Okay. Fair enough. Guys, OnlyFans, a little history lesson. It took off apparently during the pandemic. Just like so many other things in culture, the concept of OnlyFans has become somewhat normalized. And now anyone can do quote unquote sex work. I think this would kind of fall under sex work.
1,000%.
Okay. Without doing the physical act. And so I think that's where we're getting just the rise of this. Like, oh my goodness, kind of like what went through her head, that intrusive thought of I could live in a mansion. She didn't even say like the thought of I could do OnlyFans and live in this mansion. It was, I have a little bit of sympathy, or not even sympathy. I see why
understanding
someone would be like, wow, there's potential for me to make big money. I'm hot. I will just post provocative pictures. I think it wasn't Kesha, was it? It was one of those like pop
China?
Wasn't well, Black China is, it looks like she's gotten saved and left OnlyFans. And I don't Kesha, if you watch this and this wasn't you, it was one of those like R&B type artists, and she said how much OnlyFans was empowering for her. So some women, and I'm sure men, actually enjoy it.
Got it.
And I could see the enjoyment of like men. There's people paying money to look at my sexy body. Again, I don't know if I said that totally right, but like validation, validation. It's become kind of a trendy thing. So we're acknowledging that, and you're not doing the physical act. So here's where I want to speak a little bit to people that might be hopping on this video because they saw the title, they saw the thumbnail, and they're thinking to themselves, okay, are Paul and Morgan doing OnlyFans, or what's the angle here?
First of all, we have a Patreon. Continue.
Right. I do want to, if people like the person who said they unsubscribed or were unsubscribing, I do apologize if we went too far with the packaging of this video. We maybe got a little too edgy, but
it's YouTube, people.
But I do believe there will be people that watch this video that are curious and they're like, what are Paul and Morgan going to say? Well, here's one thing I'm going to say, okay? There's people that are going to justify doing OnlyFans or maybe watching OnlyFans, but I'm talking more about the creators here.
Okay. Because
they're going to say, well, I wouldn't actually be a prostitute. I wouldn't actually do physical prostitution, but I'm okay with OnlyFans. It's not doing the act. I go back to where Jesus took it. And Jesus, he went there. He said, you've heard it said, you Jewish people, the Israelite, Hebrews, his audience, you've heard it said that in the law, do not commit adultery. Well, I'm telling you, don't even look at a man or woman to lust after them, or you have committed adultery in your heart. So those who are trying to justify this, how are you going to justify it when Jesus said, it's what's going on in your mind and in your eyes?
Yeah, so it is considered sex, in a sense.
Listen, Morgan, to a few Bible verses out of Proverbs. I'm just going to spit them off really quickly and hear this. And I think that this could kind of go both ways, even though it's talking more to like a man avoiding the adulterous woman. I think it could kind of go both ways because there is both things happening on OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. There's men making OnlyFans accounts, women making OnlyFans, watching, men watching, women watching. Listen to these. A prostitute is a dangerous trap. A promiscuous woman is as dangerous as falling into a narrow well. She hides and waits like a robber, eager to make more men unfaithful. And keep in mind Jesus' words about it's a matter of the heart, not even necessarily doing the physical deed. Another passage says, "For the lips of an immoral woman are as sweet as honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but in the end she is as bitter as poison, as dangerous as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps lead straight to the grave, for she cares nothing about the path of life." And this is interesting. She staggers down a crooked trap and doesn't realize it. This is a warning out to you that are naive, say you're Christians, but you're way off in this ungodly stuff. And again, maybe you're oblivious, naive, you're new Christians. You are headed down a dangerous road and you don't even realize it. But this could be a wake-up call. Another passage says in Proverbs, "It will keep you from the immoral woman, from the smooth tongue of a promiscuous woman. Don't lust for her beauty. Don't let her coy glances seduce you. For a prostitute will bring you to poverty, but sleeping with another man's wife will cost you your life." And another one says, "The woman approached him seductively, dressed and sly of heart." Seductively dressed and sly of heart. OnlyFans. Seductively dressed, if there's anything dressed at all. "She was the brash, rebellious type, never content to stay at home," because she's posting stuff on OnlyFans. "She is often in the streets and markets, soliciting at every corner. She threw her arms around him and kissed him," and it goes on and on. You guys get the idea. I think these passages, though, they're talking more specifically about adultery and so forth, because of Jesus' words, they kind of apply here.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Patreon, Morgan. Rather than compromise your purity, if you feel like you have content that
Is not you naked?
And worth supporting, join Patreon. We have a Patreon because we couldn't be doing what we're doing with the AdSense we get on YouTube. We couldn't be doing this.
True that.
Patreon, we got an awesome community on there that supports us. We're not putting out naked photos, as Bryson Gray says, the MAGA rapper. Help me out.
I have no idea what he says.
Your girl on OnlyFans. My girl ain't sending nudes.
This doesn't even rhyme. That's a terrible line.
Does all rapping need a rhyme?
Yes.
Actually, the rhyme happens next.
Okay.
In the next stanza. I'm not sure what the next stanza is.
Okay.
But put out content. Get supported on something like Patreon. Okay? But don't compromise your purity for money to live in a bigger, fancier house.
No, and don't let those dumb intrusive thoughts take over your mind. But granted, it wasn't an intrusive thought in the sense that I was like, I'm gonna do OnlyFans. It was, I can see why people do OnlyFans.
So did you rebuke that thought?
No, who cares? It's fine. But here's, the world that we live in is just so much about the things that we have, the cars that we drive, the homes that we live in, the money that we can flash around in the objects that we buy, and literal just pulling it out of our wallet and flashing it around.
And just the comfortableness of life.
And
we just want to be happy.
Yeah.
And this could make us happier.
So people think. So we think like money could make us happier. But, I was talking about this with some friends recently. There's actual studies out there that show if once a person makes over a certain amount of money, their happiness actually starts going down. And that if you can stay at this certain number, I think it was between 80,000 and 100 grand, that and you don't go over it and you're not under it, you're actually genuinely more happy and comfortable. You're able to pay your bills and live a semi-comfortable life, but you're not buying yachts and giant mansions.
Yahtzee!
I think we just see over and over and over in this world. You guys know this. It's common sense that money is not the answer to happiness. Can it make life easier? Maybe, but sometimes not. But I think that we really just have to remember, if we have a roof over our head, if we have a refrigerator in our house, we're in the top, I don't even know, percentage of rich people in the whole world. It's insane to think about that. And so don't let social media and that very small percentage, even though it seems very large, trick you into thinking that that's how you have to live to be truly happy or fulfilled, or that's how you have to live to be successful, to be seen as successful. It's just not the case.
And Morgan, to that point you just made, the last Bible verse I brought up, better the poor whose walk is blameless than the rich whose ways are perverse. Proverbs 28:6.
That's good.
You guys hear that? And so if you're justifying in your mind, and it kind of reminds me of like someone who justifies dating someone who's not a Christian. They're a Christian. They know this person's not a Christian, but this person has a lot of qualities that I'm looking for. This person treats me well. I'll overlook the fact that they're not saved. That's kind of what this feels like, a little bit of, oh, this could actually make my life a lot better. And in some cases, and I want to go here, it could seriously help your life. And that's where a lot of women, they get into this sex work because they're really struggling. And I have sympathy for single moms and stuff and that are really struggling.
Yeah. I hate that ever even has to be considered.
Yeah, it stinks, man. I have sympathy for you, but I'm imploring you, don't compromise in order to just have a better life and be more wealthy, like Morgan was describing, and say, and I don't actually have to do the physical deed. I'm gonna go here. Better the poor whose walk is blameless than the rich whose ways are perverse.
And let me just throw it out there. I love the house that we're in. I'm very content here. I was not looking on Zillow for myself.
Oh.
It was just for the heck of it. People were commenting that they do that too. So I know I'm not the only one, okay? It's just fun.
Comment if you do that. I don't.
There were plenty of women saying, I do that too.
Okay, all right. I believe it. Maybe it's more of a girl thing. Also, you guys comment below. What are your thoughts on the video? Are you feeling us? Do you have... I almost don't even want to say, do you have another perspective? Like, sure, there are going to be other perspectives, but it's like, are you really going to try to defend OnlyFans?
If you're a believer.
Yeah, I mean, but I would love for you guys to weigh in. Comment below and give this video a thumbs up if you appreciated it. Let us know if you are not subscribing and you're breathing out a sigh of relief. I want to hear that. Love you guys. Be blessed. We'll catch you again very soon. Have hope.
And be free. If you're in the live chat, we'll be right back.
Hey guys, as you may have noticed, we get very few brand deals. A big reason for that is because we make unashamedly Christian content.
We've had brand deals taken away from us because people who don't like us reach out to them and demand that they cancel us.
Due to the fact that we stand on what the Bible says and we don't conform to culture.
Which is why our patrons, the names you see here, are so important.
You guys really are the lifeblood of this ministry. We could not do it without you all.
If you guys believe in this content and you want to partner with us on Patreon, go to patreon.com/Paulandmorganshow or click the link in the description.
Go team. That was the one.